What is up, Raidernation? It's your boy Samori back at it again with another pre-game preview. And on today's video, I'm going to be previewing our Las Vegas Raiders versus the Arizona Cardinals here in Allegiant Stadium for our official home opener week 2. Man, I'm really excited for this, not only because we're going to be playing in Sin City in front of the whole Raider Nation here in Las Vegas, but because tomorrow is going to be the first ever blackout party of this season, September 17th at Virgin Hotel. So if you guys are trying to come through, this is a free event for the nation or anybody else that wants to come by. Come through, have a good time. Namek will be performing out there. Me, myself, Raider Cody, Graphic, Kenny King, we're going to be out there podcasting as well. We got DJ Mike Scott turning the tables out there. We even got the biggest super fan up in the building as well. Shout out to my guy Gorilla Rilla. Overall, this is going to be a great time in Las Vegas. On top of all of that, I got to give a huge shout out to the sponsors of this video, the GO, Charles Woodson and Woodson Bourbon Whiskey. If you guys are looking for some whiskey to sip on during game days or just for the heck of it, then head over to woodsonwhiskey.com to find a bottle near you or have it shipped directly to your door. Woodson Bourbon Whiskey. If it isn't your game day whiskey, it is now.
And you tell them one thing, just win, baby.
Now, before we get started with this pregame preview, y'all already know the deal. I got some quick Nation news that you can use. Fresno State will be retiring wide receiver Davante Adams' number 15 jersey on October 15th for the homecoming game against San Jose State. Also, with all the worries that we have on the offensive line, the Raiders have worked out 3 offensive linemen, those guys being Myron Cunningham, Shamaris Gilmore, and Willie Wright. The Raiders also hosted former Cardinals offensive tackle Justin Murray for a visit today. And some other news, wide receiver DJ Turner was placed on the IR with an ankle injury and will miss at least 4 weeks. In a corresponding move though, the Raiders have signed wide receiver Keelan Cole to the 53-man roster. And for some injury updates, linebacker Denzel Perriman, safety Trayvon Merrick, and center Andre James will all be out on Sunday's game. Running back Brendan Bolden is doubtful as of now. Now, after taking that tough loss last week in LA, our Raiders come back home to the desert to go 1-on-1 with the Arizona Cardinals. Both teams still looking to get their first win of the 2022 season. The Cardinals struggled against the Pats last week versus the Chiefs, so that can be an area that the Raiders can take advantage of in this game. Derek Carr and this offense are looking to bounce back in a big way after falling short against their AFC West rivals. This will be the very first time that Davante Adams gets to play in Allegiant Stadium in front of the Raider Nation and also his grandparents.
I think you mentioned that your grandparents have never seen you play professional.
Yeah, and they're coming to the game. So I'm excited about I'm excited. Yeah, they'll be here. My grandma, we already got her set up at one of the MGM resorts. So yeah, she'll be in town.
He definitely did not disappoint in his Raiders debut last week. Let's just hope that he can repeat that same performance this Sunday, and hopefully we can see DC spread the love around a bit more. With no real pass rush to worry about, especially with JJ Watt out, we should see a more calm DC in the pocket. Hopefully. Josh McDaniels will have to start this game on a high note, offensively and defensively, especially with some key players missing in this game. On the other side, Kyler Murray is looking to step up his game this Sunday after having an okay game last week with over 150 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. Murray is still one of the most mobile quarterbacks in the league, so that's definitely something to look out for defensively. With no Hopkins out there, look for Green, Brown, and Dortch to take up most of the snaps. The Raiders secondary will have to play better this week with no Merrick in the secondary as well as the pass rush. Chandler Jones is going up against his former team, so you can say it's somewhat of a revenge game. Let's just hope to see him get to the quarterback a lot more on Sunday. If this Raiders team can clean up most of the mistakes that they had last week in LA, then we could possibly be going into Tennessee next week 1-1.
Then after you have great coaches, you get great players, you have a great organization, and you tell them one thing, just win, baby.
Now for my matchup of the game, I have Davante Adams versus Byron Murphy Jr. Last week, we seen Davante Adams go off with 10 receptions, 141 yards, and a touchdown. Most of that can be in due part because Carr was hyper-targeting him all game. Nonetheless, Adams is still the #1 target for the Raiders offense, and it seems like he could be lined up against Cardinals quarterback Byron Murphy Jr. This is a Cardinals secondary that struggles against the pass and gave up over 5 touchdowns in the air last week. Byron Murphy was responsible for one of those TDs, but going up against an elite wide receiver like Davante Adams is going to be a tough task for him on Sunday. Like I've said before, I don't see Davante Adams slowing down anytime soon, especially this week with his grandparents in town to watch him play live for the very first time. All I gotta say, it doesn't really matter who they have out there, whether it's Murphy or Marco Wilson, they better be ready for what's coming on Sunday, cause that DC to Davante Adams connection finna go crazy in Allegiant Stadium.
Knock on wood if you have that message, please. And we're here to help you.
For the 3 players to watch in this game, #1 has got to be our quarterback, Derek Dallas Carr. Now, last week, oh my goodness, don't even get me started about last week's game, but we already know that Derek Carr did not really show up in last week's game. So going into this game here in our home opener, our official home opener here in Las Vegas, I'm expecting to see Derek Carr bounce back in a big way. Last week, Derek Carr went 22 for 37 for 295 yards. He still did put up 2 touchdowns, but had 3 interceptions, 2 fumbles, and was sacked 5 times. Now, I know you can really blame those sacks on the offensive line, and that's probably the main reason why Derek Carr did struggle, because we already knew that once you hit Derek Carr, this guy is going to get a little bit timid throughout the game, and he didn't play at all during the preseason, so I'm pretty sure he got the jitters out, you know? He got all the rust out, and he's ready to go against the Cardinals. And in a game against a team that gave up, 5 touchdowns to Patrick Mahomes, I'm not saying that Derek Carr is going to be like Patrick Mahomes or is on the same level as Patrick Mahomes, but I feel like Derek Carr will do really, really great in this game, and everybody around him will do really great in this game. My bold prediction for him is throwing 3 touchdowns in this game with no interceptions. Now, do you guys agree with me, Raider Nation? Let me know down in the comments below. The second player to really look out for in this game, I would say, is rookie Dylan Parham. This is a guy that's coming in. He did really well last week. I would say that he played really solid last week out of all the offensive linemen that did play. But with Andre James going down with concussion and not going to be playing in this game, Dylan Parham will be stepping into that center position. He's definitely going to be a guy I'm going to keep a close eye on in this game, as well as the rest of this offensive line, because if this offensive line looked like they did last week, then it's going to be a long night for us. So I'm hoping that they can keep Derek Carr clean in the pocket so Derek Carr can stay in there like the statue that he is and throw some dimes out there to Davante Adams, Darren Waller, Hunter Renfrow, and the rest of this offense and lead us to a victory in week 2. Now, the third and last player to watch in this game is the slot machine himself, Hunter Renfrow. This guy last week, I don't know what it was. It seemed like for the longest we did not see him get utilized in that game at all. It seemed like Derek Carr was focusing on one guy and one guy only, and that is his former teammate, his best friend, Davante Adams out there. I know that later on in the game he did spread the ball out just a little bit. Hunter Renfrow did get targeted 6 times, only came away with 3 receptions for 21 yards. In this game, I've already said that I'm expecting more out of Derek Carr, but I'm expecting more out of Hunter Renfrow as well, especially on those 3rd down plays where we need to get those first downs. So if we can dial up the slot and get that thing rolling in week 2 against the Cardinals, I feel like we should be in good hands, and I'm hoping that Hunter Renfrow at least comes away with a touchdown in this game. Like I said before, hopefully the jitters, all the rust is out there, and these guys can go out there and play the type of football that we all know that they can play on Sunday. So with that said, Raider Nation, what other players are you guys looking forward to watching? What is your game score prediction for the Raiders and Cardinals game in our home opener this week? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. All right, Raider Nation, that is all I have for you guys today in this pre-game preview. If you guys do enjoy this video, don't forget to hit that like button. It does a lot for this channel, so let's try to get this video up to 500 likes. I would definitely appreciate that. And if this is the very first time you're coming across my channel and you love the Las Vegas Raiders, then hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon button to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this. So with that said, or after we beat the Arizona Cardinals, man, this is your boy Simone Raider, and your boy is
Started off in Oakland, now we here. Thought that we was done, we just hit another gear. Look, started off in Oakland, now we here. Hey, pull up with the nation in the silver black gear. Look, 4 games straight, we in the playoff. Shout out to the Chargers fans, y'all enjoy the layoff.